Uh, Hi guys, it's Pooja here, and recently people are asking about my pregnancy story, and they were also eager to know about progesterone support and my cervical cerclage story. So I thought to go live so that I can connect with you and I can share and I can definitely answer your questions related to pregnancy and cervical cerclage or progesterone support. So let's start it. So guys, first of all, when I got to know about my pregnancy, it was COVID second waves going on, and it was very terrible moments for me when I got to know that I was pregnant. And though I was very happy, but it was really challenging. And when I got to know that I was pregnant with twins, at the time I was so happy as well. But here I want to discuss one thing that my beta HCG was very, very high. So my gynecologist just, assumed that I could be pregnant with twins. And so I waited for sixth week for my pregnancy to get my ultrasound done. And when I got my ultrasound done at the time, it confirmed that yes, I'm pregnant with twins. And here one mistake I did. My gynec suggested me to get ultrasound done after seventh week of my pregnancy, but as you know, as a first time mother, I was so conscious and I was so happy. So I just wanted to do it on early basis. So I just requested her, can you requested her to get my ultrasound done early. So when I got my ultrasound done, it was uh, I got to know that my baby, only one of my babies got heartbeat at that time. I got disappointed, and my gynecologist suggested that it happens very often that if you have twins, it may possible that your both babies will not get heartbeat at the same time. So you should go for ultrasound. It's my advice that you should go for ultrasound after seventh week of your pregnancy. um, so I would suggest that if you plan to go for ultrasound, then please go after seventh week of your pregnancy, so that your both babies can get heartbeat at the same time. And it is really disappointing for you if you see that if your one babies get heartbeat and another wouldn't get, it would be traumatic for you. And once so after seventh week of my pregnancy, when I went for ultrasound and everything was okay. And here, as soon I entered into eighth week of my pregnancy, I faced a lot of challenges and which were really traumatic for me. First of all, vaginal bleeding was very, very common, and I was so scared. And I know if you guys are pregnant and if you are watching my video and if it is happening with you, it can be little bit, it can be little bit scary also. And my gynec suggested me that it is very common in twin pregnancy that you can have bleeding. It is very common, and even in singleton pregnancy it is common to have bleeding in first trimester, because your uterus is stretching and your wants more space in your uterus. So in some cases it is possible that you will get vaginal bleeding. But in my case, because COVID was going on, so I was not able to visit my gynecologist on frequent basis. So she suggested me to go for progesterone tablets or progesterone injections to stop that vaginal bleeding. Here she recommended me progesterone injection on alternate day to stop bleeding. So those experience was very tough for me, because those progesterone injections are very tough on your body. When you take those progesterone injection, you feel a lot of pain at that time because it is not a water based injection. If you want immediate effect of that injection, then your gynecologist will suggest you oil based progesterone injection, which is very very painful. And when you take that injection, you get a lot of pain, and after that you have swelling also. So I would recommend you to prepare ice packs, and as soon you get your injection, you just put that ice packs, and believe me, for 1 or 2 days you won't be able to go, you won't be able to walk as well. It is that much painful. But somehow I was glad because my bleeding stopped. But it was on and off, so like for 1 week I didn't see any bleeding, and then after that also I have light bleeding. So I was on progesterone injection on and off, and my gynec also suggested me to take progesterone tablets, and which was like another trauma for me, because once you enter into first trimester, you are already, you feel like vomiting, you have nausea kind of feeling, and you are not able to digest your food. And on top of that, if you take progesterone, your all signs of pregnancy just gets doubled. So you have more nausea, you cannot tolerate any kind of smell, and you have swelling on face, your lips will get dark and all. So those kind of side effects comes with progesterone, and it's very very common. But yes, I would say that progesterone really helped to save your pregnancy, especially in my case. So I because I had twin pregnancy, so I had a lot of nausea and I was not able to digest my food. I used to vomit 4 to 5 times in a day. So my gynec suggested me to take more supplements because I was not able to take proper nutrients for my baby. So I used to take folic acid and uh, folic acid and like calcium, and also many things were there, I didn't remember right now, but I was just loaded with supplements. And at that time I remember that whatever I wanted to eat, I used to mix in a mixer, and I just gulp it. I used to do that because it was easy for me, instead of chewing my food, because I did not like the taste of anything. As soon I enter into second trimester, or around 10th week of my pregnancy, when I went for anti scan, I got to know that I was diagnosed with short cervix, and it was less than 3, which is very scary as a pregnant woman, because you have if you have less than 3 length, then it means you have chances of premature labor, and your cervix can get open anytime. So it was again a painful situation for me. And since COVID situation was going on, so my doctor suggested me that you can wait for some time, since cerclage can be done before 24th week of your pregnancy. So at least you can give 3 to 4 weeks to your pregnancy, and we can check it out that if your cervix length increases or not. And after that we can decide that if we want to go for cerclage or not. But in my case I was not that much fortunate, and I started taking progesterone tablets, and I used to put progesterone capsule on my vaginal area as well. That gave me a lot of constipation, and I was always you know I didn't feel like to do anything because of my pregnancy. And since it was scary situation, I was like, I just wanted to pass that time. So we waited for some time, and around 20th week of my pregnancy, when I visited for ultrasound, progesterone just helped me to maintain the calmness of my cervix, but my cervix length did not improve at all. I wouldn't say at all, it improved little bit, but I had many more weeks to pass. So my gynec suggested me to go for cervical cerclage. So we mutually talked, and we we decided to go for cerclage around 23rd week of my pregnancy. And though that procedure was smooth, I didn't have any problem. After getting cerclage done, you can guys check my videos on cervical cerclage. I'm not going to describe each and every information because I have already described there. After cervical cerclage, it was little bit relaxed for me because now I had stitches around my cervix, so my babies are safe. So I was so glad. But after cerclage, the constipation killed me, guys, because my progesterone doses were just double to calm my cervix, and I was hardly able to do anything. And my doctor suggested me to do bed rest at that time. So though I was able to do little bit movement, I could do I could do little bit, household activities which were really essential to pass the time. But rest of the time I was on bed because I used to feel lot of pressure around my cervix area because of twin pregnancy. If you have singleton pregnancy, probably you won't feel that much pressure, but in my case, it was very difficult for me. So my gynec suggested me that if you could, at least pass 30th week of your pregnancy, it would be great for you. So during that period of time, I was just, imagining that if I could pass, at least if I could enter third trimester. But fortunately, I was lucky. I crossed 30th week of my pregnancy, probably because of her progesterone and cervical cerclage. And around 32 weeks of my pregnancy, I visited for growth scan, and my babies were doing fine. But at the time, it was really difficult to see inside what's going on, even in ultrasound also. So my gynec just, shocked me. She said that one of your babies probably not getting enough blood supply. So I was a little bit shocked at that time. I was so worried. Then, when I visited for growth scan, everything was good, and my both babies were getting enough blood supply. That made me relax. And around 33 weeks of my pregnancy, my doctor suggested me to take steroids injection, so that if I had premature labor sign, uh, usually, steroids injections can help to develop baby's lungs, so that baby, when baby, comes outside, it is easy for the baby to take breathe independently, and it's not needed to, admit your baby into an ICU. So yeah, I took steroids injections also, and I was on progesterone also, and so many supplements were there. So my bodies was like a, medical hospital. So somehow at 33 weeks of my pregnancy, I took steroids injection. And then used to feel Braxton Hicks, if you have heard that false labor pain. So used to feel like that also, and I was so fed up at that time because of twin pregnancy. I was not able to sit, not able to walk. I mean, not a single moment was favorable for my body at that time, and I was hardly able to sleep also because I used to feel that I was not able to breathe at that time. So, the whole night I used to visit bathroom for pee, or sometimes just sitting, standing. It was like that. So I asked my gynec that can we go for, can we go for a C-section, or what can we do? So she said that yeah, we can wait for 35th week of your pregnancy, and after that, it is really safe if your babies comes out, because usually twin pregnancy is safe if your babies, spend time around 35th week in your tummy. So yeah, I glad that yeah, I was able to spend that time. And then we decided one day that, we can do that we can do that C-section. So yeah, successfully we were able to do that. C-section happened successfully. My babies came out, and there was no need of an ICU. So in overall, if I summarize my pregnancy, I would say that there were very less moments where my husband I felt happy, because we were always in tension that how we are going to pass that time. It's going to be very tough. So I would highly recommend you that if you are facing the same situation and if you are planning to get cerclage done, then first of all, you don't need to get worried, because it's not that much awesome. It's not that awful experience. It could really save your pregnancy. Yes, you could feel few side effects of it, but overall, as a mom, you just want your babies to come out safely, and that's your first priority. So I hope that after watching this pregnancy story, if you are experiencing high risk pregnancy, then it would really help if you watch my this live streaming. And if you think that this streaming really helped you and motivated you to get cerclage done, or if you are scared of progesterone support, then click on subscribe button. And if you have any questions, you can definitely um, put your thoughts in the comment box. I will happy to answer you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.